So after my doctor told me that, I went home. And I wasn't really, I didn't feel too good, but I said, okay, let's wait. Started trying again. And until I met this lady on Facebook. She didn't have much views. I was just going to work and I saw her, started watching her videos. And it was like I was doing something wrong. I wasn't doing it right. And I've heard about ovulation and, a few of the stuff that I need to know. But I haven't really gone deep into like getting to really, really know about it. So it's just like based on what I've heard from people, like not people who are really pros, but just few talks here and there. So I started, I saw the video and I just like followed the woman. And then after work that night, I took my time to watch this lady's videos. I did everything she told me. Testing for ovulation, knowing when you're ovulating and all those things. And I said, okay, I never knew of this before. So I started, following her, watched her video from the beginning to the end. And then I called my husband. I told him, look, there's this lady who I have actually been following on Facebook, and she says some things that are really, really interesting. So I like us to put into practice. So my husband and I started working on it, I bought ovulation test strip, so I started testing testing immediately after my period. I started testing. I got a notebook. I started writing as she instructed. So when I test every day in the morning, same time, I even had to put an alarm. Same time, I just I bought a thermometer and everything that she asked. She said to do on that video. I got everything. So every time that I test for my ovulation, it shows one line or one. So I started gumming it to pasting it to a book. So it got to a point whereby she was showing like just a faint line. I was like, this is it. I met with my husband. The second day, I met with my husband. The third day, I met with my husband. Then on the fourth day, the line showed like full line. I ran. I told my husband, the line I show full. Let's go. So I met with my husband that same day, and I was eating one day. I was eating hot dog. Most times when I want to make in the noodles or I'm making spaghetti, I like adding hot dog to it. I love eating it. So I was eating this hot dog, and then it felt strange in my mouth. Like I was having this kind of taste that it wasn't getting. I said, maybe this hot dog is spoiled. My husband tasted and he said, it's okay. It doesn't have any. I said, no, this hot dog is not good. So my mind didn't even cross that because I've been looking for long so I didn't even think of, So I started feeling a bit feverish. I started feeling tired. And I was like, okay, I've not even tested because after all this stress that was going on, I stopped buying pregnancy tests because I felt like it was making me be depressed. It was adding more issues to the one on ground already. So I stopped buying pregnancy tests for my own mental health. So I didn't have any pregnancy test. So because of the way I was feeling, I said, let me just go and get one in the pharmacy and see how it goes. This time around I decided to buy blues because I knew it was good, accurate, tell you the time. So I went and got that, and when I got it, it showed a faint line. I was like, faint line again, please. Then I waited again after some time, so I was feeling. I got another one. The line was a little bit clearer now. Then I just went to the pharmacy and I got a blues pregnancy test that shows the month, the time, if the weeks, So I got that, and when I saw it, it was there 2 to 3 weeks. God, I can't tell you how happy I was on that day. I rolled on the floor. I cried. I laughed. I smiled. I was filled with different emotions. I could not even, As in, I was so happy. It was just me and my baby girl then. She was still young. I think she was about 2 years plus. So she was just looking, what's wrong with my mom? So I was so happy that I didn't want to tell my husband yet. So when there was a day we were lying on the bed, and when I was so hot, and my husband was like, what's wrong with you? You're so hot. Do you have fever? Are you feeling feverish? And then he asked me, so have you tried and see if maybe you're pregnant? I said, no, I'm not pregnant. No. I already knew that I was pregnant. Anyway, he said, okay, we'll try next month. So after we already have one, so don't stress yourself over it. And then I told him, I'm pregnant. I showed him the pregnancy stick. He was so happy also, and he was like, thank God. So that was how I got pregnant. That was how I had my second baby. So when you see TTC moms, try to be, sympathetic towards them and understanding of them. This video is for both the TTC moms and dads, because also there are men also go through it too, not just women. So try to be empathetic towards them, sympathetic towards them, try to understand. It's not easy. Even after having, like when you have like 2 children already, you want to have the third one and it's not coming. It's stressful. It can drain you. It can make you feel like, feel kind of, the feeling is just, so imagine me that I had just one already. I already had one. I wanted to have another one. I knew how I felt. So sometimes when I see moms, like not moms, women who want to have children and they are unable to, my heart goes to them. I pray for them, and I pray to God, I plead to God to please hear them, see them, and help them. That has always been my prayers. Bless you, everyone.